Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Pohl, and so happy to be with the new head coach of Mount St. Mary's women's basketball, Antoine White. Coach White, congratulations on an incredible accomplishment and now being the new head coach here at Mount St. Mary's.
Thank you, Adam. Thanks for having me.
It's really remarkable. Most people, when they take over a job at the Division I level, they're taking over for a struggling program. They're going someplace new. They're trying to change a culture overall. And I know that's not the case for you completely. I know there's going to be some tweaks as far as what you're doing on the court. But altogether, obviously, you're trying to build on something that you have already seen built from the ground up, and that's got to be something that feels great.
Yeah, no, it's an awesome feeling, and I'm very fortunate to start my head coaching career off here at the Mount, and very fortunate to have a very talented roster. Adam, you know this. It's a very, very talented group from top to bottom, and again, I'm very lucky to have this opportunity. And I can go on and on about each individual on this team and each player and what they bring to our program, but what separates them is their work ethic. This team works really hard. They put in their extra time. They live in the gym. They watch their film sessions. They do it all, and they go that extra mile, and that's what makes this group special. So when you when you pair their work ethic and then the talent level, that's when we have something special.
We as Mount fans, we see them on game day, but there's so much effort that is put into being a Division I basketball player. And especially in a year last year like none other, where you had COVID pauses and had to stay completely separate from really the rest of society to be able to play and be champions. You have to recruit finding people that really love the game of basketball. And there's no doubt that you've got a group of girls right now that does that.
Absolutely. This group, they watch basketball a lot. And that's something I love about this group. I text with them all the time. They watch the WNBA games and they watch the NBA games, and they were locked into the college tournament. So again, they love the game of basketball, and that goes a long way. So again, they don't mind putting in that extra work because it's not a job to them. They love what they do. They come in here every single day and they work extremely hard at their craft.
For you personally, starting as an intern in this program, only 5 or 6 years ago, what would you as an intern at that time think about you sitting in this chair and being in this position now?
That's a great question, Adam. This is what I worked hard for. This is what, I got into coaching for, was to run my own program one day. So I knew I just had to stay the course, continue to work hard, and come in every single day and earn it. And, this is what we've been working extremely hard for, and I'm blessed to be sitting in this chair.
And it's remarkable that all of this journey has come at one place, and a place special to all of us, like Mount St. Mary's. When you look at the majority of coaches that are able to climb the ladder like you have, it's almost like every step of the process is at a different location. How much of an asset for you going forward as the leader of this program is it that you did all of this growth here at Mount St. Mary's?
It's making the transition to being a head coach, I don't want to say easy, but kind of smooth, because I have these relationships here with our administrators and on the other side of campus and with our players. So that, me being here as an intern and now sitting in this chair, it's definitely made the transition smooth for me.
And now, looking at the players a little bit, you have an extra year of eligibility for many of your players. And what we're seeing in the women's side is that many of them are taking that opportunity to continue their education and to play another season. So we're going to get into the players a little bit more later, but how big of an asset is it for you to have so much of what was such an incredibly special senior class this season that brought them out to a championship coming back?
Yeah, no, we pretty much have our main core back with Kendall, Kayla, and Mick and Arne. Those first three were our top leading scorers. So for them to exercise that extra year of eligibility was so so important for me to start my career off with such a talented group. But they've created a lot of good relationships here at the Mount, and especially with each other. This team gets along so well off the court. They hang out all the time. They go out and they get their Airbnbs in DC and go hang out on the weekend. And so when we come in here, it comes natural to them because they're so close off the court. So I'm very thankful that they all decided to use that extra year and come back and play at the Mount.
This is a school, I'm not saying that basketball is not special at every Division I school, but I really do feel like at this level of Division I basketball, Mount St. Mary's is a program that means a little bit more than it does to a lot of communities. Obviously, the Mount every year leads the Northeast Conference in attendance of fans. Mount St. Mary's has a legacy like few other at the Division I level as far as a history of basketball on both the men's and women's side. So what does it mean for you being somebody that is really, you're local, you're from here, you're not from far away here from Mount St. Mary's. What does it mean to have this position at this university?
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, Adam. Like we mentioned, I started out here as an intern back in 2016. I grew up in Bethesda, Maryland, which is an hour away from here, and all of my family's here. All of my family lives in Montgomery County. My parents are in Germantown. So for me, my support system is literally 30, 45 minutes away, which is awesome. That's going to help me in this role. And the Mount community has been a huge support to our program, and they've been so good to me. So it feels right. It feels like home, and I'm excited to continue my career here and to take over in this leadership role.
And something that you rarely hear talked about in basketball, or really in all of collegiate athletics, is the coaches at universities leaning on each other. And I know that in my time here at the Mount, the men's basketball coach and the women's basketball coach have always had a really strong relationship together. But they've never had a backstory like yourself and Dan Engelstad. I don't know if all of our Mount community understands the incredible connection between you two, not only going back here at Mount St. Mary's, but well before that.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to give you the short version of this. Coach and I go back about 15 years. Started out, we both went to the same high school, and really it just started out as two competitors just going at it in pickup games. And he went off to college to play at St. Mary's, and he would come back and he coached us and he would work out with us. So our relationship grew through those years. And he came here, he was an assistant coach at the Mount, and then went to Holy Cross, and next thing you know, he's coaching at Southern Vermont College in Bennington, Vermont. And I get a call. I'm actually in Vegas, and he gives me a call and he says, "You ready to lace them back up?" And I was not ready. I was not in any kind of playing shape. I had a bad knee injury in JUCO, so I thought my playing days were over. But I'm very thankful I got that phone call from him. I got to go back and play basketball again, but more importantly, I got my degree. And he understood what I was doing back home. I was doing a lot of coaching, youth coaching and JV, head coach at my high school. And, he saw that I can do this at a higher level, but I couldn't do that without my degree. So I went there, played for him for 3 years and got my degree. And, he actually got me the internship here, and the rest is history. And, it's just awesome to be sitting in this chair, him running the men's side, and now myself on the women's side. Is just another chapter in this unbelievable book.
That really is incredible. And of course, you're coming off of a year, only the second time for any school in NEC history that both the men's and women's team went to the NCAA tournament as NEC champions in the same year. And there couldn't be a more proud statistic for this university that both times it was Mount St. Mary's, the Mount in 1995, and now Mount St. Mary's here in 2021. So when you go forward, obviously this is tough. It's tough. A lot of times when you're a new coach somewhere, you're taking over a team that needs a little bit of a rebuild. You're not expected to win right out of the gate. But Antoine, you're coming into a team that's going to have big time expectations in year one. I know that you got to be very excited about the growth and maturation of what was last year's freshman class. But talk about the expectations because you're going to come in expecting to win right away.
Sure, no, the expectations haven't changed whatsoever. We've had that target on our back the last few years, and our players understand that. I understand that. The rest of the coaching staff understands that. And how we handle that is what we've been doing for the last few years. We just come in here, we work hard, we stay together, we stay the course, and we earn it every single day. We can't feel like we're entitled to anything and think that something's going to be given to us down the line. We got to continue to work hard, stay together, and everything else will fall into place for us.
Lastly, if there was something that was tough for us, a little bittersweet, of course, in this 2021 magical season for Mount basketball on both the women's and men's side. It was the fact that, we have this incredible community, all these seats here that are usually full, cheering on our athletes and boosting them up and celebrating their accomplishments. And in a year in which we saw accomplishments almost like none other, the fans weren't here. We don't know what the 21-22 season is going to be like, but our hope, of course, is that we're playing in front of packed houses and in our great Mount Faithful. What is it going to be like when the time comes again to be able to play in front of our fans?
Yeah, fingers crossed that we're allowed to have fans, and you know how passionate our fan base is, and we miss that energy. There was times this season where we needed our family and our friends in the stands to kind of give us that extra boost of energy. But with that being said, our fan base did a really good job of tuning into our games and streaming in every single game. And, we would get text messages and phone calls from our fans after the game. So we still had that support, but definitely looking forward to having them back in the fans and in the stands. And, we just can't wait for that energy. I know our players really feed off of that.
All right, folks, that is Mount St. Mary's head coach of the Mount women's basketball program, Antoine White. Congrats, Coach.